When I moved here, the builders had put down some pretty good grass, I have to say. It was better than most builders do. But never having used a mower myself, I was not about to start. So I thought, what I need is some hard landscaping, but not just slabs of paving stone and things like that. So I did some research and really sorted out what I would like to have. So I found the garden design company on the web. And there was a little bit there that said you could have a telephone consultation, 15 minutes, which obviously you could give them some idea of what it was you wanted. And you could set a day and a time for them to come back to you. And I did that. And it was absolutely on the dot of the time that they phoned back. So it was a very favourable impression, that I must say. And I was speaking to Claire, and she said, I think really we should send Gary out to you and have a look at the design properly. So I'd made what I understand now are called mood boards of all the sorts of things that I would like to have. So of course he was able to see quite clearly what it was I would like to have in the garden. And all the things that I've said I would like to have are here. But of course he's put it together as a designer so that it flows beautifully. And we spent a morning down at the head office in Leicester. They'd got drawings on paper, but of course there was also a 3D on the screen of the garden as it would look, which was it was really just quite astonishing seeing it suddenly be there. And there were places where they thought, climbers could go up these wooden constructions. And I said, I don't think so, because I would never reach up to prune them. So I said, can you show me what they would look like without them? Oh yes, and somebody on the computer pressed a button, and all the plants from there disappeared. They gave me a couple of weeks before Christmas, which I'd never expected to. They never even slowed down. They just kept going, the whole team. I mean, there were times when they had to put tarpaulins up over the woods there so that they could put their machines underneath and they wouldn't get soaking wet. Obviously never any second thought about the fact that they might have to go home a bit early or something. They just worked so well the whole time. It was quite remarkable, their approach to the work. It was there to be done, so they did it, and nothing was going to interfere with that. Before they started the job, they had been round to all the neighbours here, putting a note through the door saying if there were any problems, they gave them phone numbers they could attach, approach and just sort things out. But there weren't any problems. Once it was finished and the planting was done, because they did all the planting for me, and I could sit here in my sunroom and I'm facing the garden, and it was just such a pleasure from their whole attitude, right from the very first phone call to when they cleaned up, everything was left spotless. So if anybody else wanted a garden made like this, I would highly recommend the Garden Design Company.